Hi, my name is Malika. You found us. I am the host of a podcast called Feel Good the Podcast. Ding! And I'm making this video to share some inspiration I had in a progression and evolution of Feel Good. So basically, Feel Good was created from a meditation I was inspired by in 2017, which was the takeaway was if everybody kept their own porch clean, then we would have a clean neighborhood, and then that would, expand to a clean community. And what keeping your porch clean meant was basically doing your own emotional and healing work. And that's accessible. And it came at a time where there was a collective angst and despair with like the Me Too movement. Things were bubbling, up and over, and hurricanes in like Puerto Rico and Houston, and there was just the presidential election. It was around September of 2017. So there was a lot going on. And long story short, when the Black Lives Matter movement and Corona and the murders of Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd happened, and I was just like, what is my place in this? And there was a post that I saw someone repost on Instagram, and I'm going to put it up here. And when I woke up the next morning and I went into meditation, it took me back to 2017 and that initial inspiration of people doing their own work right where they are. And that is why I choose the people that I interview to make it accessible, regular people like that are sharing their forgiveness lessons or how they handled grief. Because, life isn't easy. So how that plays into where we are right now is I feel like that collective despair and that harness of energy and power of intention of really wanting transformation is upon us again. And I want to support people in doing their healing work right where they are, which would include 2-month-long healing circles, so focused on your sleeping dreams, so getting into your unconscious mind, following the guidelines of a book called Wisdom of Your Dreams. Doing dream work really supported people in uncovering and releasing their unconscious bias. And that is so important because we all have biases and we're either in denial of them at times. Some people say they don't see color, or, oh no, I'm not prejudiced, or all of these different things. And there's such power in unearthing these suppressed and these beliefs that are stored in our unconscious mind so that we can heal them. Dream circles, the healing circles, are going to be focused on one of 3 themes, because oppression isn't just about racism. Even Dr. King, if you study and look at the last several years of his work, he addressed Vietnam, and he also addressed classism. That was a big thing. Like, racism is really about justifying having a working class. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing about that right now, but I'll just say I'm going to make another video to talk about why I'm exploring these 3 things as the first branches of oppression. We would self-organize based on whatever topic you're interested in. So if you picked race, for example, you would find other people of your same race for 2 months and do dream circles. And there's more content and details on the website. So that's part of it, being the change, is doing your own spiritual and healing work. In addition, if you want to go out in the world, that's fine, but we have to turn within. That's the one place we still haven't looked, our healing circles. Uh-oh. I don't know where my back went. We're going to start our healing circles the week of 4th of July, Independence. So your first healing circle should be July 4th, somewhere between July 4th and July 11th. Because of COVID-19, I just have to say safety first, guys. So, if your group already consists of people that you live with, then fine, and if you really want to meet in person because you're all zoomed out, I totally get it. Please follow the safety precautions because, our health is our wealth. The other part of it is you'll get support. There will be Zoom calls and actually live people you'll get to interact with to really build a sense of community, because we need all hands on deck at this point. If this work speaks to you, and it speaks to you by a couple of things. One, I'm just going to ask you to tune into how your heart feels. How do you feel? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel excited? Do you feel inspired? That's a telltale sign. If you're numb, this might not be for you if you don't feel anything. But if you feel scared, um, this is a great opportunity, because fear is a really good indication of a healing opportunity from my experience. And if you feel excited, that's also another wonderful indicator that you're on your way and would be a good fit for joining us. I think what I want to leave you with is that, you could do nothing. You could do nothing. You could watch this video. You could never tell a soul about the excitement you had or the fear that you had, or, any of that, and keep it to yourself. And there's been times I've done that, where I squelch it down or rationalize it away, and no one ever has to know about it, but you know. And that's the most important person to know. So if you are terrified right now, it's okay. It's normal. Your next small step, if this speaks to you, is just to check out my podcast, the very first episode, called Facing Fear. Why is that the first and second episode? Because yours truly, to even put my podcast out there was a lot of fear and resistance. Even doing this video, I've put it off like 10 days. I was just so anxious and terrified, and had to reach out to people and ask them for their support and prayers to step out. And this is going to be a wonderful social experiment. I don't know how it's going to go, right? There's no guarantees. And I can't be attached to that. But what I can be attached to is what I have control and influence over, and that is taking the next step. So maybe you feel like you can't make a difference. You don't have a lot of money. And so I would encourage you to check out episode 15 on taking responsibility. If we are created by an all-powerful creator, then we have to have some power, right? We're children of a most powerful, so I call it God, you could call it Allah, whatever you want to call it, the universe. But if we're that child or the creation of a creator, then we also have the tendencies and the attributes of the creator. And you could be like, okay, I'm gung-ho, I'm ready, sign me up, beam me up, Scotty. And that is awesome. We'd love to have you. Come on over to our Patreon page, where we have a quick start guide of how to start organizing, the book to order, like all those next steps. And there will be support for those that have never organized a group before. Don't worry, we got you. And I look forward to connecting with you, hearing your stories, and being inspired. That's what it's all about. And so I want to thank Ebony Davis, who inspired me, and also Brene Brown, because I watched her Call to Courage video yesterday to kind of get me ready for this time. So many blessings to you. And if nothing else, if you just want to share it with some people or send it to people that are interested, like, all levels of engagement are welcome. Prayer does things, y'all. All of it is welcome. So I just hope that in some small way, this might have touched your heart or brought a smile to your face or had you thinking about something differently. And I hope you'll join us, and I look forward to meeting you soon.